as it should be. So, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we close this convention, I'd like to extend my personal thanks to each and every one of you in attendance. Being a voter is a leisure pursuit. It requires very little of a person. Being a citizen, holding the dear belief that you hold a duty to your forebears and your countrymen, requires far more. This weekend required investment. Investment of your time. Investment of your personal treasure. Though to lesser stakes, investments much akin to that of those courageous patriots from this country's infancy, when they pledged to one another their lives, fortunes, and sacred honors. I commend all of you for choosing the path of civic duty. I further understand your commitment here came at the expense of time with family, which is as good a time as any for me to take this moment of personal privilege and speak directly to my daughter Cheyenne, who had her 18th birthday yesterday while I was here at the convention. Thank you. It pains me to not have been able to spend that day with her. I pray she's able to look back with pride that her father believed so greatly in his responsibility to create a better future for her and her siblings, that she'll understand that I had to take time away from some very important time in the present to make certain to take my time as my watch on the wall. There are times in life when we must be as Nehemiah and persist in doing great work when we're so called. Why is this investment we've made together this weekend so important? We stand at a dangerous precipice of allowing anointings and coronations over the thorough vetting of elected representatives. If the latter is disruptive, if it hurts our comfort, then we are looking to bypass that. Make no mistake, the kind of apathy will be the death knell to a free society of self-governing, sovereign citizens. The birthright we inherited from our founding fathers and those many patriots who have invested so deeply in this American experiment is not guaranteed. It's delicate. As Ronald Reagan said in his 1964 speech, A Time for Choosing, this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. He'd later add to this in his 1967 gubernatorial speech, where he famously said, "Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It's not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation." Your participation in the governance of society matters. Your participation in the convention nominating process matters. There are those who believe we should discontinue this process in favor of the primary elections. You're told this comes from a place of altruism and a desire to bring the decision to the people. As the foundation of the Republican Party of North Dakota, you are the people who are best positioned to hold your fellow members of your party accountable to the party platform. It is your nomination that's entrusted in the Republican branding when a candidate dons the R and makes the appeal for election to the broader electorate. The appeal to forsake the convention nomination process in favor of the primary is really just a polished way of saying, we want your vote, not your voice. Have no doubt, my fellow Republicans, there's a reason the incumbents in your party did not feel it necessary to be here today to try to win your support. The current system severs direct lines of accountability between the representative and the constituent. As a private organization, the Republican Party of North Dakota has a right to determine its own nominees for representation. No different than your local Elks Club. But our current system is broken. We have no voter or party affiliation registration mechanism. We have semi-open primary elections. The North Dakota Century Code that was referred to yesterday, 16.1-11-06, allows a person to gather signatures and end up on a government-sponsored primary election and then independently decree affiliation with the Republican Party. They can do so without any blessing or support from this organization, and they can even do so if they're openly hostile to the principles of the North Dakota Republican Party. Our party is prevented from nominating our candidates to the general election or in any way protecting our brand. And make no mistake, there's inherent value in that brand. We're reduced to casting an endorsement only, a preference really and not a binding selection. In so doing, the state government is violating the organization's right to freely associate under the First Amendment's protection of freedom of association. This must be rectified, but rights do not defend themselves. Reagan reminded us of this fact. And this is my calling to you today. The convention is closing, but our work must continue. Contact your state legislators. Get their commitment that rectifying the First Amendment restriction will be a top priority in the 2027 Legislative Assembly. Be engaged in that upcoming Legislative Assembly. Your legislators need your support. Bring no fewer than 5 of your principled friends with you to your district's reorganization meetings that will be occurring between January 1st and May 15th of 2027. Show them the importance of these meetings. Support your local district with time or financial resources. They're a pivotal piece of defending the party brand while we work to rectify the broken primary process. Volunteer with or contribute to the NDGOP. We are only as strong as the commitments of those willing to support and step up and serve. To fix the current system, it will take far more than amending our internal rules or casting votes here at the convention. It will take grit and perseverance. It'll take monetary support, and it'll take an army of volunteers. Be active in your municipal government. Be present in your places of worship. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, be intentional with your family. This was God's gift to us in the most central governing institution. Your presence there will water the seed of the tree under whose shade society will flourish. God bless you all. God bless North Dakota, and God bless the Republic. Thank you all so very much for that.